There's 3 cardiovascular risk factors that you must deal with if you're serious about living a long, healthy life. What are these things? They're simple. One of them you know about. The other 2, most likely your doctor has never told you unless you have a very proactive doctor. But before we go into these facts, let's talk about heart disease for a moment here. 1 person every 33 seconds is dying of heart disease in North America. That's 1 person every 33 seconds. If I talk for a minute, 2 of our citizens have died from heart disease. You don't want to become that statistic. You don't want to add to that trend, nor do you want your friends or family members to become part of those statistics. We have better callings in our lives than just become another number on a page. Heart disease, by definition, is something that's affecting the heart. However, cardiovascular disease affects not only your heart, which beats 103,680 times a day, but also those 60,000 miles of blood vessels which deliver the oxygen and nutrients to your 75 trillion cells that make up your body. So what do we do here? We want to take charge of that. You can drink water, you can de-stress yourself, you can get exercise, get plenty of sleep. These are important risk factors. And I also have to really emphasize proper hydration, not only with good water, but with hydrating drinks, which allow the cells to be properly hydrated with not only water, but with nutrients that your cells need in order to sustain themselves. There's a difference between surviving day to day and thriving. And that's what we're trying to differentiate here. You can plug in and plug out, but that's what everybody's doing. Those are people that are becoming statistics. We want to do something better than that because you deserve it, your loved ones deserve it. So let's talk about risk factors for heart disease. Cholesterol. You've heard about it. You see ads, newspapers, magazines. You can't avoid it. Many of us don't realize that it's not just the total cholesterol that's a problem, but the ratio between good and bad. And we're going to talk about how you can help control that, plus control that total number. In addition, we're going to talk about homocysteine. Homocysteine, vast majority of my patients, which are very proactive individuals, don't know what this thing is. It's something in your blood, and it's actually an independent risk factor for Alzheimer's, so losing your mind, heart disease, losing heart function, and osteoporosis. Simple treatment, which we'll talk about. In addition, C-reactive protein. If you have an itis in your body, which means inflammation, think about it. Sinusitis, arthritis, colitis, appendicitis, whatever the itis is, it just means inflammation. You can make up your own words. In terms of your name a body part, put an itis after it, most likely is a medical word describing inflammation of that body part. For example, dermatitis. So what you want to do is control inflammation as well, not only because it's an independent risk factor for heart disease, it's affecting the quality of your life. If something's inflamed, you know about it because millions of your cells are unhappy. So how does one approach cholesterol? Well, first off, you need to make sure your bowels are moving properly. In order to do that, you have to have plenty of fiber. Most of us don't consume enough fiber. Less than 11% of Americans consume enough fresh fruits and vegetables, whether it is broccoli, whether it is grapes, whether it is carrots, or my favorite, the apple that keeps the doctor away. These are all things which are important to keep the fiber binding up your cholesterol so you're getting rid of it on a daily basis. But in addition, you have to control your stress. If you don't control your stress, your cholesterol levels will be higher, your free radical damage will be greater, and your inflammation will be out of control. So I encourage people to use a good stress tool. I actually like an online stress tool which gives you that evaluation, the privacy, confidentiality of just you, the screen, and then of course data is lost forever, it's deleted. You want to do something like that, say, okay, where am I stressed out? And you'll be surprised how many times you say, I didn't even know I was really kind of bugged about that. I didn't know I was so stressed about that. Stress erodes away your health. But now when it comes to supplements, I like soy peptides. Soy has actually been shown to help lower cholesterol. In fact, even soy foods make that claim. But you can also do a soy peptide concentrate, which helps with cholesterol. Also, polycosanol. We often pick on sugar, but actually from sugar cane, there's an extract. It's not sugar, it doesn't have the calories of sugar, but polycosanol derived from sugar cane actually has been shown to help lower cholesterol levels in many studies. Likewise, I love mushrooms. Why? Because traditional mushrooms as used in Asia are food. Hippocrates said, food is your best medicine. So the question is, are you fueling your body? In the standard Western diet, unless you have a good ethnic background, you're not using mushrooms as part of your food staple. By incorporating mushrooms in a supplement perspective, you can get a super concentrate of the active constituents. Lingzhi, Yangzhi, cordyceps, maitake, these are all mushrooms which have a large amounts of immunological benefits within the body. So I encourage people to do those, not only from the antioxidant properties, but it lessens inflammation in your body, bolsters your immune system according to the research, and allows you to tap into what has sustained billions of Asians over millennia. Also, I encourage people to use fish oil. Why fish oil? Well, if you're a vegetarian, you can use flaxseed oil, but fish oil has been shown in studies to help lower cholesterol levels, keep your blood thinner, lessen inflammation, all important risk factors. And remember, only 1 in 6 people get enough essential fatty acids, and if you have more essential fatty acids, it also helps with gray matter development. Your brain function, concentration, all of these things can be benefited with fish oil, because fish oil actually has something called DHA, and this DHA helps with concentration and focus as well. So you're helping your heart, you're helping control inflammation, you're helping your cholesterol levels, plus you're nourishing your 75 trillion cells. Once again, that's the wonders of natural medicine. There's not just one benefit usually from a natural medicine, there's a multitude of them. So you got your fiber, you got your fish oil, you got your cordyceps, your lingji, your traditional Chinese mushrooms, your polycosynols, your soy peptides, and you're going to see actually quite a bit of benefit from that. And do it, measure your cholesterol, and see what the benefits are. The key, though, is to have 2 to 3 good bowel movements a day. And of course, most people don't like to talk about that, but make that a goal. Eliminate the cholesterol, eliminate the toxins and the poisons from your body. A healthy colon means a healthy you. Let's talk about C-reactive protein. C-reactive protein is a simple blood test, which is like cholesterol. So when you're sticking your arm out to get your blood drawn, ask for your cholesterol, ask for your C-reactive protein, ask for homocysteine, and even fibrinogen. These are all important things your doctor can easily run. There's research on all of them as risk factors for heart disease. And your doctor may say, well, but you don't have heart disease. Why would you worry about it? Why am I going to wait until I have heart disease to start measuring these? Be proactive. I have people with not only 1s, but 29s when it comes to C-reactive protein. You want to ideally be below a 1. However, you can be a 2, a 3, a 5. The higher the number, the higher your risk for heart disease. And even on the standard national labs, it says high risk for cardiovascular disease associated with C-reactive protein. So what can you do about this C-reactive protein? Other than getting it measured, you can actually use fish oil. So same thing that's helping with your cholesterol, same thing helping nourish your 75 trillion cells, can actually help lower your inflammation in your body. Likewise, proteases, known as proteolytic enzymes, they can actually lessen inflammation in your body. And botanicals, which are herbal medicines like white willow, turmeric, also help lessen inflammation according to the research. Stress control and avoiding your food allergies. Well, you're saying, what food allergies? I don't have food allergies. I don't have asthma. I don't have those problems. The reality is many millions of people have what we call delayed food allergies. They're subtle. You don't know it. In fact, the reason you don't know it is they occur up to 72 hours after you eat a food. So I eat this apple, which is good for me now, not today, not the next day, but 2 days later, 3 days later, got a headache, I don't feel so well. Who can track their food like that and figure out which foods are affecting them 3 days later? Once again, getting a food allergy test, which can be a simple finger stick test, measuring for delayed food sensitivities, not the anaphylactic go to the emergency room kind of reaction, which of course you would go to a regular medical doctor for, but this is a home test which should look for those hidden foods that are eroding away your life, the buffet of life. And lastly, homocysteine. Once again, independent risk factor for heart disease, Alzheimer's, and osteoporosis. So what's the cure for that? What's the treatment for that? Of course, we're not allowed to use the word cure or treatment. Well, the answer is simple. Folic acid, B12, and B6. So not only eating your vegetables, which are good for you, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, those kinds of things, but in addition, dark leafy greens, try to avoid the iceberg crunchy water lettuce, but in addition, you want to do enough B12 and enough B6. If you're using acid blockers, the potential for your B12 levels to drop below suboptimal levels is there. So once again, supplementation makes good sense. Plus, what's great about doing a nice B complex, they're known as the stress vitamins. In order to deal with stress, have healthy neurological brain chemistry, you must have the B vitamins in your program. So simple things which you can do, take charge of your health, and not only your health, but your loved one's health. The best gift you can give your friends and family is encouragement to take care of themselves. And the best gift you can get back in return is they're around for you. You both enjoy getting older together. So knowledge is power, and now you have the knowledge to go ahead and move forward proactively so you don't end up becoming reactive. Reactive is what I envision as laying on a gurney in the hospital saying, I hope they can save me. We all deserve better than that. We want quality and quantity of life. I encourage you to take this as a first step on the rest of your journey for health and wellness.